Welcome back to the Bodhi Bros, folks. I am John with a J, and today we also have, as always, bro.
Hey. It's Phoenix Ray here.
Hey.
We got our incoming energy reading for the week of June 27th.
You got it right. 6/27/21. 6/27/21.
Yes, that's a week.
nice work there, man. It looks
Thanks,
good,
man.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
get a little Ganesh action going on.
Ah, that's great.
Match hat.
Oh, hey. Guns up. Hey, I got my new shirt on. Old shirt. Brought it back. It says, I love my pot dealer. It's a local hot pot soup company that my partner and I adore, and they were giving away these T-shirts on 420 a few years ago. So bringing it back because I've been working out a little bit. So it was one of those shirts that didn't really fit so well, if you know what I mean, Phoenix.
Right.
And I'm like, I wasn't gonna get rid of it because I outgrew it. I'm like, I got to get back into that shirt, And so today,
it always feels good when you get something back.
Yeah, I was like, you know what? Why not? It's a little snug, but you know what? I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it,
man. I know that. Man, that's a great feeling when
you were feeling your shirt so much you just broke out of it over there. Like, where's the rest of it? I titled the Zoom invitation today. I don't know if you saw it. It was Bodhi Smash, Bodhi Bash. Yeah. So, which is fun. I didn't know you were going to be wearing the, destroyed my shirt. And, but here we are. And so we're going to do, Ray, what are we going to do? We're going to do the same thing.
So we're each going to pull a card for career, relationship, and then general incoming energy. So we each pull a card from our deck. You can pick who you want to go with. If you want to go with John for career, me for relationship, you for overall. Or what you could do too is you could pick both. So let's say you have, you could pick me for your general career, and then let's say you have a side business or project, then you can go with for John for the side business and project. Or same with relationship, you could use John for your relationship with your significant other, and use me for your relationship with friends and family. So
don't pick Ray at all today.
It's all about how you want to do it.
Give Ray a break. Don't pick him at all today. Just put all your weight on me. I got you. Or give me a break. We don't care. Whatever feels good. We do care, but we're just saying there's no rules, and whatever feels good. If you don't want it to be about career, change the language. It doesn't have to be about career or your interpretation of the word career, right? I mean,
right. Or you could even use it for overall population and job market.
Boom. What we're doing here is giving you full license and permission to be as creative as you want. Let's do it. Okay.
All right.
Are we ready? What deck you got today?
Let's do it. So
I'm going to do 3 different decks.
With the theme of this, I'm going with the Ganesh.
Shocker.
So this is the deck I'm going to be using. So very, very nice deck. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. I could just sit here and just look at all these. Look at him. Look at him.
Okay. Well, then you do that while we pull cards. So today I am with the spirit of this guy. So you got your black and white design. I got my little black and white from the book my daughter and I made. Dusty, you see it?
Okay.
The ears peeking behind me. We had a friend make a stuffed animal of one of the characters in our books. That was a gift. I got a little black and white situation here as well.
Okay.
Love this one. We've used this one once. This is a sample.
I've never heard of that one. That's nice.
Cool ass cards, right? That's a sample of one of the cards. Yeah, this was another gift. That might end up being a theme today, folks. The gift. Let us remember that. Bookmarked. All right, so we're going career first, or something creatively around the energy or the thought of career, jobs, projects. It could be an artistic project. It could be a global conservation project, a nonprofit project, a for-profit project. It could be anything you want. You got yours.
Got mine.
You got your card. 3 to Rock and Roll. I'm still shuffling. This guy's always ahead of me. In every sense of the phrase. Except when I'm waiting for him to log into the Zoom. All righty then. We ready?
Ready, man.
I'm so testy today.
Yeah.
Bang! What do we got?
Ace of Wands. Yeah, Ace of Wands.
Ace of Wands. Look at the cards, man.
And here's what I got. Number 5, energetic movement.
What number is it?
5.
Number 5. All right, nice, nice, nice. Lord of the root of the power of fire.
Okay.
Damn. Okay, man.
All right, man. Why don't you go first then?
Why don't you go
Really
first?
feeling that one.
So testy, man. I don't know what it is.
You're in
Ace.
the mood
I
today,
don't
aren't you?
know. I don't know what it is, man. I don't know what it is. Let's see here. What do we say? Oh, Ace of Wands. There it is. Holy shit. Get ready for the struggle, man. This is a little tiny book where the author's like, let's try to set the world record for the tiniest like font ever.
That is a small book.
Here we go. Okay. Woo! All right. Lord of the root of the power of fire. All right. The word is, I've never seen this before, Kether, capital Kether, appears in Hebrew within the symbol of fire in the upper right. Okay, so I'm guessing that that's this symbol up here. I'm going to show that because it's talking about it. You see it in the triangle?
Yeah, I see it.
All right. So that's what it's referencing. All right. In the upper right. An angelic hand issues from clouds grasping a flaming heavy club. The whole is a great flaming torch. All right. Wow, that's a really quick. All right. Here's the meaning. I pulled it regular. I didn't pull it in reverse. So let's show the card again. It's a hand, flaming torch hand thing of sorts. All right. Meanings. This is all really these cards this book ever does is it gives you like 4 or 5 words. So it makes it kind of nice to be able to spread those words into your interpretation. Career, here we go. Force, strength, rush, vigor, energy, gain. Man, what were we just talking about? Gains, baby, gains. All right. So, Ray, force, strength, rush, vigor, energy, gain, career, go. Hit me.
Well, that's a really good card. I mean, that sounds like very high vibe. Going for what you want. I mean, you got the ace. I mean, that's aces. Good luck, man. So you got the energy, you got the force behind you, man. You got the the will, you got the determination, you got the power. You have
I got the power.
the phoenix coming up, going outward, slaying, accomplishing those goals, just destroying it all, man. Accomplishment, determination, power. That's what I see.
Yeah, I keep hearing take inspired action. If you have all of those vehicles, resources, if you will, in your corner, you might as well grab them all and barrel forward with them and take some action. Take that raise, secure that promotion, land that new gig, propose that new avenue your company take or product you bring in or whatever. Roll the dice, use all of these things, the energy, it's really hard to not follow someone that has all of those things coming with them. At the very least, it's almost impossible to not hear them out. When someone storms into your office or shows up in an interview and with all those things, I remember, now it was just a job for a restaurant, but I remember walking in, it was very important to me to have this job. And I remember walking in and I was probably not the person they were looking for. I wasn't the young, good looking, blah, 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 that fit at the time, well, we'll call it hipster vibe, whatever type of thing. But I walked in there with all those things that this card is talking about, and this guy could not say no to me. You could tell that he wanted to, but man, when you have those things, and that's what we're talking about this week. It's incoming energy for next week. So as these things come in, be aware of them, own them, love them, and be like, all right, let's do something important with these things, this
Right. It's
strength,
kind of
this
like a
vigor.
wave coming in. You could surf that wave. You could take that,
Yes. Yes.
let it, you know, just
Yes.
direct it to where you want to go.
Yes. That's what I feel.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think this one's going to be almost the same as yours. It seems like
P-
energetic.
P.S. I got the job.
Be focused on your highest goals and intentions in your day-to-day activities to create real transformation. Ganesha dancing represents a very focused kind of motion and activity. You are in a phase of development and change. Ganesha is showing you that you have option and breathing space to move forward with your plans and activities once again. You have access to a high level of energy and movement that propels you forward to achieve your goals. This energy's vibration is such that you may find that your goals are attained at a much faster rate. You can expect to be very busy. Trust that you have the enthusiasm and drive for this time of action ahead. In this movement, Ganesha is expressing emotion in a physical way, uniting the body with spirit. The energy of this card causes a feeling of sureness about your goal to arise in you, and you will soon see that all distractions have been removed, and you can devote yourself to the task with complete concentration, determination, and will. This experience can be very productive, allowing you to accomplish a lot in a short amount of time. Ganesha is advising you that a project you are working on may come to a close quite quickly. There is something new and more exhilarating and inspiring coming your way very soon. There really is no stopping you right now, as you are just bursting with energy and ideas and cannot wait to achieve one task in order to start another. To capitalize on this energy, it is important that you ensure that your activities are centered on your broader goals and that you are investing in the right things at the right time. Also, make sure that before you move to the next task, your previous task is truly complete. This is an action oriented time for you. Begin to engage in the best opportunities available.
Jeez, man.
Damn.
If that's not an affirmative stamp on that which we just talked about, it's kind of like, yes, what he said and this. Like, I mean, like we're on the same wavelength right here. Speaking of wavelengths, I
Yeah.
mean, there is a length of waves coming in that seems like in this coming week are going to be endless swells of joy, opportunity, experience, abundance. Like, just get on your board, folks, and be ready. Be mindful that it's coming. Plan whatever that means that you need to position yourself in the middle of these swells that are headed this way. Like, get ready, get your, what do they call it? Get your ducks in a row,
Yeah.
and get ready for the ride of your life. This is going to be a great ending to the month. It sounds like. So I don't know. What do you got?
Yeah. I see this card as basically just a piggyback on yours, like a confirmation that yours, mine, both in sync, both in alignment. So, and like I think the card says, this energy is coming up for you to complete something that maybe maybe you were some kind of goal, maybe some task you kind of have sort of half finished, or maybe you were kind of stuck, a little obstacle, didn't know. This is the time maybe you kind of redirect yourself towards that and finishing that project.
Right.
Or maybe even, as it says, use this energy to use this wave that's coming in to your advantage.
Yeah.
What's your big goal? What's your, you have kind of short goals, you have long-term goals. Maybe it's time to use this and point it in the direction of your long-term goal, whatever that is. Maybe that's like being a boss, maybe that's owning your own business, or maybe that's starting something new or going in a different direction. So the energy's there. It's got your, it's gonna support you, it's gonna back you up. It's what you do with it.
Trust. I think you trust these waves that are coming in to deliver you to the shores of everything that you've been wanting as far as this career, these projects, or whatever this portion of today's reading is about. Trust that. The one thing I was also thinking is like as you're sitting on your board waiting for those waves to come in, it's kind of reminding me of the picture that you just finished up behind you there, Ray. Um, as you're sitting waiting, and I'm saying putting your ducks in a row, that whole image behind you makes me feel like there's so many resources available to you. If you just let the download come in and you listen, and you have all this energy and this vigor and power behind it. Like, I mean, like, look at that image. I mean, it's just like that whole picture behind you just screams to me like ready for anything, equipped with everything necessary to conquer and to achieve the beautiful things that you've been aspiring toward, or maybe waiting for this perfect time to give you that push you need. So trust the
Right.
waves. You have everything you need. Let this incoming energy deliver you there.
Right. I like it, man.
I do too. Relationships.
Relationships. Nice, man. Mystic Shaman Oracle.
That's where I'm going to go. I like these cards. Don't use them enough. So pretty. Okay. And relationships doesn't have to mean romantic, but you can use me for a romantic pull. That sounded weird. You can use me for a romantic pull. You can use Ray for a friendly pull. That sounds just as awkward. You can use me for.
Time.
Right, you can use this both at the same time. You can make it about a relative. You can make it about a friend, a neighbor. You can make it about a relationship you don't even have, and that you're, maybe some type of new relationship you want, whether it's a pen pal, a long distance friend, or someone right down the block, someone you don't even know. Do whatever you want. He's already got his card. Okay, check it out, check it out, check it out. 1, 2, 3, on the heart. Oh, look, I'm going to put it on the heart this time. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. Oh, this is going to be a good one because it's relationships. So I got to put it on the heart. Woo! All right. The yerba mate is kicking in, baby. From the middle, Ray. I like this one right there. I had to dig for it.
Okay. The council.
It is number 11.
I have number 44. Blessings.
All right. You go first this time.
Okay. Blessings. You are divinely protected. Ganesha asks you to consider what exactly it is you want at this time. He asserts that your desires are within your reach. The universe is conspiring to help you achieve your aspirations. Since the universe is in harmony with your desires, the how will transpire effortlessly. Ganesha is bestowing on you blessings of luck, love, and new prospects. Be very clear about your intentions at this time. Once you have identified what you desire, Ganesha will work to clear the obstacles and amp up your blessings. Withstand the temptation to succumb to self-indulgence. You are in an excellent affluence phase. This period will not last forever, so be sure to take advantage of it and act when opportunities arise. Resolve will triumph. The principle of averages works in your favor now. The more you perpetuate something that you want, the more likely you are able to receive the very thing, even if it feels impossible. These manifestation possibilities are endless, and the range and subject matter from love to money to success to happiness. Ganesha teaches you that your blessings are continuous. The realization of the blessing may not be immediately apparent. Trust that happiness and blessings are always being showered on you. What is going on in your life at the moment is external and beyond your control. True happiness and blessings lie within you, your heart and your soul.
Okay, so I'll pull 2 things out of there, and I'll leave the rest for you, unless you want to pull the same 2 things out of me. Again, that sounds awkward. So anyway, I feel that in the message here in the very beginning, I couldn't escape, and I heard the things you were saying at the end, but the very beginning just sounds so important to me, especially on the tail end of what we just shared, as far as the incoming energetic waves of energy, strength, vigor, and all that stuff. So if you're sitting on your surfboard waiting for these waves to come in next week and you're lining your ducks up in a row as it pertains to career, take the time to plug into the relationship portion of the equation of your life too, or relationships, or whatever question you ask. If you're not sitting on a surfboard or you're sitting somewhere else and getting this download, like behind Ray here, what's going on there in the mural, be super specific. So like, and don't don't shortcut the specificities. Do not, I mean, like, get what exactly you want. Right, if it helps to write it down or talk into your phone and record it, whatever makes it work best for you, do that. Writing it down can be very, very helpful. Make a list of what it is you want in this person or this new group of relationships, whatever. And I mean, I'm talking specific. Put age, put hair color. You know, if it's a romantic thing and you want red hair, put red hair, man. That's okay. It's okay to want someone with red hair. You know, if it's a friend, say you want someone that, don't throw the whole list down and forget to write, I want them to live within 5 miles or walking distance. What if that's important? Put that in there, because you'll manifest someone and you'll be like, "Oh, great, they live in Ireland." They hit everything on your list, but and that could be the most ideal friend that you're looking for. And maybe one day you get together with this person in Ireland and you're the greatest friends for the rest of all days. But it's kind of heartbreaking that you put all your energy into that manifestation and they're halfway around the world. But that's the way it works sometimes. So be super specific. The second thing was, this is a lesson that always comes up in our podcast, but it's worth repeating. Abandon the how.
Right.
It's not with these waves coming in. Don't give shits about the how, folks. Just surrender. Trust the waves. Get specific about the what. As far as the career, we just talked about that. And the relationships, be super specific as possible. Specific. Can't emphasize that enough. And then just let the waves take you to the how. The waves are the how. The waves are going to be like, just trust the flow, dude. I got you. And they're going to deliver you to the right people, the right job online, or boom, you drop your books right in front of the right person. Okay, that's my take on that.
I mean, kind of, I was going to go with similar to what you said. Intention is very important. And I think sometimes we're afraid to get specific because we don't really believe that it's possible to get what we want. So we may have some sort of resistance. So it's important, you deserve it. Know your worth. Know your worth. Go for what you want. And if you're looking for a relationship, you're saying, you know what, I really want something long term. I want someone maybe without kids. I want this person, this kind of person. Like you said, get very specific. Don't worry. If any kind of resistance, you may think that, like, oh, work on that resistance. That maybe you think maybe you don't deserve a person who's, I don't know, I don't know, whatever you want, someone who's like physically fit or someone like this, and you may think that because it may reflect what you think about yourself. So work on the resistance. Work on the resistance you have to what you want, because when you get rid of that resistance, this wave that's going to be coming in, you don't want to be putting up any barriers. So you want that tide to take you towards, that how, like you're saying, be specific, get rid of that resistance, and just let that tide take you there, and really know what you want too. It's important. You can't manifest something if you're not really sure what you want. So you kind of, like you said, you have to be specific what you want, because some people might be wishy-washy about, well, I want this, but then but then again, it would be some fun to have somebody who isn't that serious. I could see whenever I want, or you may be juggling different pros and cons. So maybe you need to do a list of what you want, the pros and cons. Do I want a long-term relationship, or do I just want someone just to go out and kick it with and have fun? They both have certain things they offer. So, realize what you really want, deal with any kind of resistance you have to what you want, and let that tide of energy come in and just take you there.
I'll take you there. I don't know the song, but that's the tune that rang in my head. I'll take you there. I can't even do it justice. I'm gonna look it up when we're done. I'll drop the link below, as I always do, or maybe I won't if I don't figure out what the song is, because that's all I've got. I'll take you there. Oh, the council, card number 11. All right, Ray. It's a three-parter. It's only one page, so I'll tear through it. It is the essence of the reading, the invitation of the reading, and then the medicine.
Okay.
All right. So the council are the luminous beings who hold the collective wisdom of humanity. They are the ones before whom you will do your life review. Oh, wait. They are the ones before whom. Oh, you stand before whom will do your life review when you cross into the world of spirit, if you believe that. A life review is when we place our good and our bad deeds on a divine scale and attempt to explain why we did not love or forgive or dare as greatly as we might have. Know that their wisdom is available to you at all times when you live in a state of yes, in an unconditional relationship with life. They remind you of your place around a sacred fire, which has been reserved for you since the beginning of time. You will claim it when you own your own inner wisdom. It's kind of a pretty thought. Here's the invitation. The council has a message for you. Listen with your inner senses! Exclamation point. The handwriting is already on the wall, so look about you and you will discern its meaning. Do not wait for further signs. Embark on the journey to love deeply, forgive sincerely, and dare greatly. Take the leap without requiring life to assure you of success. I feel like this is the waves again coming, folks. All right, here's the medicine. Open wide. Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay. Here comes the choo choo train. You are never alone. I don't know what's wrong with me today, man. Turn to the council to find the guidance you seek and listen to the voice that arises spontaneously. Turn a deaf ear to that nagging voice from your ego that tells you that you are not up for the task before you. Create a spiritual feast for the council. Invite them to your altar every time you meditate or pray.
It's okay to ask for help. All right. So like, I mean, there was a lot of good stuff in that one. A lot of different ways you can go. I mean, it talks about kind of synchronicities, looking for signs, taking a sign, using that to take action, not second guessing whether that synchronicity or that sign is real or not, believing in it, having faith. You have a council of spirit guides, you have this intuition, you have this heart wisdom within you. Listen to it. And also too about what it said before about the council. It says, after you died and the council is reviewing your actions and stuff like that. It kind of made me think that, like, don't wait. Take advantage of life and now. You don't want to be sitting there reviewing something in your life and you're like, man, why didn't I take advantage of that, or why didn't I go for that? You don't want to have any of those regrets. Usually you always feel bad about the choices you didn't make, not though usually the choices you make, because if you make a bad choice, it's something that you learn from, something that's going to make you stronger, and it's a lesson. So I take this as a wave of energy to come in and go for it, act, make that. Maybe you have to make that first move in a relationship. Maybe it's just updating your dating app profile, going out there, putting yourself out there, and having that courage to make that move. And maybe it's a friend. Maybe you feel weird. You haven't talked to this friend in a while or something like that. Maybe, hit them up. Who cares? Maybe you may think it'll be awkward or something like that. Who cares? Hit that person up. Be like, hey, let's go get a beer. Let's go get a coffee or something.
Yeah.
Don't wait to the end of your life. You don't want to be sitting there and you're old and think, man, those opportunities that I passed up because I was in my ego, or I was in my head, and I was afraid. I had fear. I had resistance towards going out and meeting somebody, or meeting, going back to my old friends or something like that. Maybe some time passed and you just felt like it's too long, but it's not. It's never too late. It's never too late to act, and it's okay to ask for help.
It is okay to ask for help. even if Dennis Rodman is not available. There's plenty of other people we could ask for help.
Yeah, Karl Malone.
Fucking the mailman? We're gonna ask the mailman for help? Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Oh my gosh. That's expect Karl Malone to be in our thumbnail this week now. Great. We're gonna have a collection of NBA ex-NBA players on our thumb. People are gonna be like, what is this channel really about? All right. So in the spirit of the mailman who always delivers, that was really terrible, but I mean, that was his tagline anyway, I think, or something along those lines. That's what the energies are doing this week. They're delivering us to the shore. I mean, it's there. If you're on your surfboard this coming week and you are brave enough to ride the swells that are coming in, and you're like, fuck it, I'm doing it. I'm on the board. I'm doing my meditation. I'm connecting with my inner beliefs, my inner desires. I'm doing that work, and I'm getting specific. I'm making my list. Everything we've talked about so far. It's that again. It's taking inspired action and trusting that there is a tsunami coming, man. I mean, like these cards keep up. I mean, look. Yeah. It's coming up, and if you're on the board, you're in good shape. Just if you're not a great surfer, that's okay too. Just hold on for dear life and try to navigate your way through the reefs and the sharks. That's it. Just trust. Just hold on to the board, man. If you don't want to stand up because it's scary, that's fine. Just hold on to the board. The waves are going to take you to the shore, man. It might be a little bumpy ride. You might get a little salt water in your eyes, but it's going to be okay. And yeah, I like to take the leap of faith part of this, because it's difficult. It's difficult to break our routines. It's difficult to leave our comfort zones, and ask for things that we might not feel worthy of, or. But it feels like if you're going to do it in this lifetime, and the council is begging you to do it, your ancestors are begging you to do it. They're screaming from the clouds. They're screaming from the dirt below your feet. All the spirits around you, your guides, your cheerleaders, everybody's saying, this week, get on that surfboard and get ready for the ride of your life. If you do it, I think it's going to be a pretty fucking magical week. That's all I got to say about that.
All right.
One more. What we got?
But that was mine, right?
Did
you do yours? You didn't do yours, did you?
Yeah.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, I just read mine.
Okay.
Yeah, you read yours, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Are we confused? Am I confused? Mine was the council, and yours was.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, the council.
Wow.
You know what it is? I think it's because it's like there's so much overlap.
Right.
In the reading.
Yeah. So was it the same reading? Yeah. Both cards so far. All four cards are the same damn thing, man. I mean, right. in a beautiful way, but like, right. Yeah. Like, you fucked me up there for a second, man. You're like, I'm like, I didn't read my card yet because I've done that before. I'm like. Or there's been times where I've finished a reading in past episodes, Ray, where I've been like, all right, let's go on to the next one. And I haven't said it out loud, but you're like, all right, I'm going to do my card now. And I'm like, oh, shit, he didn't do his card? Wait, that wasn't just his card? Like, I think we're getting closer and closer to that universal oneness, you and I, Ray. Maybe that's what it is. Do we really need to have 6 readings? Maybe we only need 3.
All right, so this is for general incoming energy overall.
Oh, all right. This card popped out in the most delightful ways. But this is the deck I'll be pulling from. Earth Magic. She saved every one of us. Nice. Or not.
With magic.
It depends on how we treat her. Alrighty then. And here's the back of the card. Mine. Me too.
I got courage.
And I got what always seems like we do the last card. You get a general incoming, and I get a shadow of sorts. Mine is iceberg submerged.
All right.
So, Yeah, maybe.
We'll see.
What you don't know, you don't know. We're about to see. Who's going first this time, Ray?
I think that'll be you.
Okay, great. Iceberg. I believe it's alphabetical. So we'll go to the HI. Hi, because I'm not. All right. Are you ready, Phoenix?
Ready.
You ready to burn this fucking iceberg down? Up to 90% of an iceberg's body is below the surface, deeply submerged in the bosom of Grandmother Ocean. Yet Grandmother allows considerable freedom for her enormous children, permitting them to move about as dictated by the currents and their own momentum. Having broken off from the glacier or ice shelf, they float along the sea, much to the detriment of vessels that attempt to traverse their passageways. Most of us have heard stories of ill fated ships that have had tragic encounters with these ice mountains. Although the topmost portion of an iceberg can easily be seen, there's still a massive amount of its body below the water that may be difficult to detect. And that which remains unseen can fool us and perhaps even be dangerous and damaging. All right, here we go. I think this really kind of, we'll use your word again, piggybacks on what you're talking about earlier. Whatever you suppress or deny and attempt to keep out of conscious awareness will show up somewhere and somehow. These are your shadow aspects. At one time, you put them out of your consciousness for good reason, yet they remain contained by shame and guilt. Sometimes these submerged aspects of yourself are projected onto others so that they mirror those denied or suppressed parts of you. And you may even harshly judge these characteristics when they are exhibited. Now is the time to allow these elements to surface and embrace them. These may make up some sort of self-expression, a secret dream you wish to accomplish, or even uglier aspects that are difficult to acknowledge or accept. Whatever you have submerged deep inside you, this is your opportunity to pay attention to those things and welcome them to the family called you.
Well, this is something we've talked about. We know a whole lot about is shadows. So this is going to be a good week to pay attention to what triggers you and not blame, outwardly those triggers. A lot of times it's not the person who's triggering you. It's that stuff that you had. They're just bringing out what's already inside of you, something that you repressed, maybe something that you bypassed spiritually or you bulldozed. Could be something you're not even aware about, something about from your childhood. So it's time to be mindful of those things when you're triggered. Maybe you can't deal with it right then in that situation, if you're at work or something like that or a public setting, but you may want to come, set some time aside and kind of bring up that feeling. Let's just say use jealousy, for example. Maybe you got something triggered you and you felt jealous. So now it's like, man, why did I feel that? So maybe you need to take some time for yourself and meditate and bring up those feelings of jealousy. Allow them. It's always about allowing those feelings to be fully felt. That's the most important thing. And not judge it, not shame it, not push it away. Sometimes us being spiritual people, we're the harshest critics because we think that we identify so much as I'm spiritual, therefore I shouldn't be feeling this negativity because I should be whatever. So a lot of times that gets in the way. So allow yourself to feel that. Do the shadow work. There's a lot of resources online for that, like the completion process, and there's other ones too out there. You got to use what works for you. And maybe give that whatever that jealousy. Maybe you need to give it a voice. Maybe see where it is in your body. Where do I feel like I'm holding that jealousy? Okay, maybe my legs. Then you kind of maybe give it form. What color is it? What shape is it? Is it a male or female? So you can kind of use that too, and you could bring some loving awareness to it, work with it that way as well, and then maybe allow it to speak to you. Is it, when did it happen? When was the first time this occurred? And kind of go from there. There's a lot of different opportunities you can do, but with all this energy coming in this week and pushing you towards what you want and setting your intention, whatever stuff you have repressed, that's gonna come up too. And so it's it's best to be aware of it and be conscious of it so you're not kind of taken off guard, so you're prepared.
Oh yeah, Phoenix Ray, you better bet your ass bottom dollar that tomorrow the sun will come out, and what's going to happen is when these waves come in, Bodhi Ray, and we're on our board, you better believe that all this stuff's going to come out. The surf's going to be all, just dusted up. Everything's going to come out as you're carving your way through these badass fucking waves, and you're shining bright. And the people at work or the people in your neighborhood or your online social people, they see you like posting some new shit or some new promotion or some new project, or you're at work and you're like standing tall and you're walking in the bosses or whatever you're doing with the relationships, the career stuff we already talked about, these incoming waves starting 6/27/21 this coming week. You better believe those shadows are going to come out. They're going to be bright. The shadows are going to be brighter than ever. It's not going to be dark. It's going to be in your face. And that's a great gift. So a lot of times that's why we decide not to shine. We decide not to be bold, to take inspired action, and to harness that strength and that vigor and these times of incoming, because it's scary, because these things come up and we think, all right, the haters are coming out of the woodwork again. All I'm trying to do is shine, and here they are. It's not the it's the monsters that are a reflection of you that are coming out. And the monsters, just invite them to tea and cookies, folks. The things that we are scared of, the things that we hate or are most put off by, resistant to, are just suppressed aspects of ourselves, and these, they come in the form typically of people and or a combined collective experience of sorts, that's here to say, like, hey, there's an unmet need inside of you, an unhealed wound. Now they're not coming to attack you or hurt you. They're coming to get healing.
Right.
They're so what we call monsters are really are can ultimately our biggest allies. And so when you're out there fucking cutting it up this coming week and having the time of your life on your surfboard, as Ray said so perfectly, be mindful. If you can't in the moment, or you don't want to in the moment, deal with that particular energy, person, being, thing, or whatever. Like, just be mindful of it and say, I see you, I got you. I'm in the middle of something right now, but rest assured, we're going to spend some time together before this ride is over. If you can in the moment, that's the best time to really face it and sit with it. But a lot of times we can't. We're driving, we're in the middle of a meeting, whatever. But what we don't want to do is go, I'm doing this right now, get away, and not come back and revisit it. We want to say, I see you, I feel you. It's not the best time, because I'm in the middle of something, and doing this while we're driving is probably not the best, or while I'm talking to my boss or whatever. But let's have tea later, and I'll bring the cookies. Okay, whatever. Um, so yeah, that's all I got there. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
All right, folks. We'll see you next week. And I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Your face, you're like, whoa, dude. All right.
Number 50, courage.
Yeah. What a great way to end it, man.
Yeah.
All these cards made so, like, I want you to read it, but you really don't even have to read it at this point. But please,
Right.
please read it. This is perfect, though. It's
Because
perfect.
something could come up that we didn't think of or something. So,
Yeah.
warmth of your open heart can give comfort to all those who cross your path. The root word for courage is cor, which is the French word for heart. Courage comes from the heart. It is an inner strength guided by love, which seeks truth and justice. When you have the courage to be true to yourself, you start to feel empowered and act and live in ways that are true to your own soul without any illusion. Ganesha is urging you to let down your guard and stop wearing a mask. Begin to have more respect for yourself as well as for others. Beware of making harsh judgments about yourself and others. When you come from the heart, you will find that you relate better to others. Your innate gifts will be able to shine through. You are capable of leadership, achievement, and inspiring others to succeed through your own success. When you draw this card, It is a sign that your ability to cooperate and thrive in pure ventures with like minded individuals is heightened. Be willing to do what is needed for things to run smoothly for you. Ganesha promises great success if you're willing to let down your walls. He is pictured here on the powerful lion, inherited from his mother, Parvati. The lion represents the fierce nature of Ganesha. He calls on you now to trust the fearless part of your being, your own inner lion, and invites you to work with him and learn how to be valiant and harness your heart's great courage.
Well, you were correct. I never knew that the root word for courage was cor, which means heart.
Yeah.
Um, I know the Spanish word for heart is corazon. So it's neat how all the words and the cultures of the world create very similar things. I've always found that fascinating. So that's neat. I'm so, again glad you did do the reading because now I have that in my pocket should I ever need it. Thump 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 thump. And yeah, I mean, what do you say to that? I mean, well, what would I say? Um, letting your walls down, just trying to like wrap it all together with everything that we've talked about. Yeah, take some chances, see what happens. Let your walls down with someone that you might not normally have, and maybe not see them as a threat or someone that's doesn't have your best interests at heart. Whether it's a coworker, a friend, or maybe someone that you just met, and do it in a safe way, in a safe place. If if you need that um, comfort and that confidence, absolutely don't put yourself in any situation that you don't feel good about. I'm not saying take a chance like that. um, you know if it needs to be during the daytime in the bright lights in a very public place, well then that's what you need, and that's okay too. I'm not saying like meet this person in a dark alley and you know make, make sure there's nobody around and all the whatever you know what I'm saying. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is what within you feels good. It may be a little uncomfortable only because of the resistance that you've had historically, but here the call to action is these waves are coming, folks. Right? You're on your surfboard. Trust that a few of these things that may seem people or experiences or opportunities that energies, whatever, may seem like obstacles, may actually be opportunities to expand. If you lead with this, and in the moment, lead with love and leave the fear behind, it may end up being the ride of your life. Uh,
Right.
so that's what I'm
So,
hearing.
so kind of what I got with this too is, it says to try to work on letting those walls down. Kind of goes with your card about doing the shadow work. Stack that fear, whatever can be those walls. But it's also important too to realize that, like, you sometimes with us getting the shadow work and stuff and thinking about working on yourself, and it's okay to have some fear. Courage and kind of implies that there's fear. Courage is kind of going beyond that fear, listening to the heart instead of listening to the ego mind. So the ego mind will try to keep you in that comfort zone, try to keep you protected. And that's its job. And you thank you for doing your job, but I'm gonna listen to the heart because I trust the heart more than I trust my ego. Because you'll always listen to your ego the whole time. Most of the time, you'll never leave your house, so you'll be scared to do anything. So listen to your heart, trust in the wisdom of the heart, even if you still have this stuff you're working on. A lot of us are always a work in progress. You may not be totally healed from all your traumas, but that's not an excuse not to move forward. You still move forward even with that fear. You may be shy, you may still be working on your self-worth, and that's okay. You don't have to wait till you're some kind of, we think there going to be some kind of future, progress where I'm going to be, 100%. I'm going to wait till I'm fully healed and I'm enlightened and blah, blah, blah. Then I'm going to take this action, take the action
Yeah.
now. Don't worry. You don't need to be completely healed in order to move forward. That's what courage is. Courage is acknowledging your vulnerability, acknowledging all that stuff is there, and not letting it imprison you,
Yeah.
not letting it stop you. So acknowledge that stuff is there, your, unworthiness or fear, regret, and, guilt, whatever that is. Work on that stuff. Don't think that you have to kind of like heal it all in one swoosh. And,
Right.
it's okay if it's still there. You're still working on it. But take advantage of this incoming energy, and that's going to back you up. You have this counsel behind you, you have all this weight behind you, you have the power of that heart within you, and go for it.
Yeah.
Now's the time to take action. Apparently this week's all about take action. Know what you want and take action.
That being said, courage and stupidity are two different things. So don't be stupid. I'm saying this as kindly as possible from my heart to all of yours. Like, that doesn't mean bulldoze things and put yourself in dangerous situations. And as always, trust and honor your intuition. So if it doesn't feel right, there's a difference between being afraid of something and something not feeling right or safe.
Yeah.
And just being very mindful and not rushing yourself, or, like I said, bulldozing yourself through that. So John and Ray said, be courageous. Again, that doesn't mean make bad decisions and think that you're above the law, or, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's really important too, to slow down and take your time and discern, what is best for me, and what can I meet, that's out there in front of me in the most loving of ways. So I think that's kind of what I wanted to say about that. But yeah, dude, what a great collection of cards and it's been, what I really like is it's been different every week. It hasn't, we have never been like, I know we just started this a few weeks ago, but we haven't been like, all right, this is much like last week where it said this, so it's the same energy. Every week has been different.
Yeah, definitely. It's been different. So I'm looking forward to this week.
Yeah. Not that I wasn't looking
I'm
forward
excited.
to the last ones, but yeah, if we think back to the previous weeks, I mean, just the last one that we're in right now, about the past coming up and this and heaviness, dude, this has been a heavy week, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it has for me. And, before the
Kind of.
broadcast, we were talking about feeling like a little lethargic and just a little, I felt, like heavy. And, even the weather out here today is a little like gloomy, and just it has that heavy feeling to it, that humidity here in Central Florida. But that's just the physical. But yeah, I'm stoked about, yeah. I'm stoked about the waves, man. And so many visuals that come with that, because I love the beach. I was born like like right on the Atlantic Ocean, the city that I was born in. And so my first few breaths of air on this planet were of the Atlantic Ocean. But I've never been surfing, Ray.
No,
Have you ever been surfing?
never been surfing.
Terrified of sharks. So
I
there's
don't
a,
really. I'm a little scared of like the ocean, like going deep in it, because I was afraid like I'm gonna get like pulled out.
oh
Like maybe
wow,
water, like that kind of
yeah,
like
yeah,
left out.
yeah. That was never the thing for me. The thing for me was yeah. But it didn't happen as a child. It happened more as an adult, and I became more and more aware of the world versus, carefree as a kid, dude. All the body surfing I did as a kid, boogie boarding, and just like, I got trounced by what I was out in water as a kid, because I had parents of the 70s and 80s where they're like, come back in 6 hours for lunch, and, like, no supervision or anything like that, which was a great freedom. But dude, I would disappear into an ocean that should have swept me up time and time again, which is a beautiful thought. Like, there was no resistance.
Yeah.
It was just me and Mother Earth just dancing together, man. And, like, I got trounced. I got thrown into rocks and stuff like that. I'd end up on the beach like destroyed after trying to ride a wave in, just body surfing, right? But I was dust it off, right? No blood, no foul, right? And but today you say, hey, let's go surfing. Let's go. I'd be like, you crazy? You know what's in the water? Have you seen the movies? Have you seen Sharknado? I mean, hello, Jaws. Like they made 4 movies. They're not fictitious beings. It's not like it's like dragons or anything. Dragons are real, folks. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But the
So,
that's kind of maybe as an adult you would, I don't know.
but maybe, just maybe, one of our Bodhi Bros retreats should be a surfing type thing. Could you get
definitely see something like on a beach, maybe a beach resort, have it around there.
could you get in the water and do it? Could you get over that fear?
Maybe if I was with somebody else, in a group or something like that, or
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
Yes, I get like swept away.
Right. You know what though? They do have, and this is kind of exciting. They do have like like even like man-made lakes and stuff with like wave machines and stuff
Yeah,
where you can.
yeah.
Ain't no sharks, ain't no current taking you out. So for you,
Right.
maybe our retreat, the first one is there.
Safe surfing.
Right. I don't know. Anyway, folks, again, the point here being is that if don't bulldoze yourself. Don't get swept out in the ocean if it's too much for you. This was not an invitation to be, hazardous to your emotional or physical or spiritual health.
Yeah. Plus, there's fear is information. You got to know there's logical fear, and then there's sort of that fear that comes from that trauma fear that kind of wants to keep you safe. So, swimming out, if like petting a snake, a cobra, there's going to be fear.
Right.
But sometimes we kind of use there's justified fear and there's unjustified fear, I guess I should say that.
Right.
Fear that's like legitimate, that like could put you in physical harm, but there's also that fear that's like, more of a psychological, emotional fear that kind of, keeps us from living our life fully. So
I have a visual. We'll end with the visual. Ready? I have a visual of Karl Malone on a surfboard petting a cobra. Folks, I'm John with a J. This has been another Bodhi Bros production. What's your name? What's your name? Tell them again. Phoenix Ray in the house.
Phoenix right here.
All right, folks.
Thank you very much, everyone.
From our hearts to yours. We'll see you next time. If you have ideas, comments for episodes, retreats, what have you, like, subscribe, share, get your friends so we can all get together and have a good time and have this, fun community together. That doesn't just have to be online. It could be mobile. Let's get out there and get together. And we'll talk soon.
All right. We out.
We out.